Hello, I'm Dr. Lauren Sword from Adjusta Health, and today we're going to start with a beginner balance exercise. This is really important that you start at the beginner, especially if you're working on your balance. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is make sure you're going to want to have tennis shoes on, but I'm wearing just socks for demonstration purposes today. So make sure you have a good pair of tennis shoes and make sure they're comfortable. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is plant your feet firmly on the ground. Make sure you get your balance before you do anything else. Okay, let's hold on to the chair. First thing we're going to do is we're going to lift up our toes and go up on your tippy toes. Now if you feel unsteady going all the way up, feel free to stop here or stop here. Just make sure that you get up a little bit. So we're going to make sure we stretch all that out, and then we're going to come down and relax. Then we're going to go up one more time, stretch all that out, and relax. And make sure you're holding on to the chair the whole time. This is here for a reason. It's here to help you maintain your balance if you get a little unsteady. You also want to put something right here as well to add a little bit of weight to the chair. If you do lose your balance, you don't want it tipping. I'm putting a little bit of pressure there. You don't want it tipping. This is here to give you security. I'm also working on my balance and my proprioception, so I like to do these exercises with my patients as I'm doing them. So, right, we're going to have our feet planted firmly again, and we're going to take our right foot and we're going to touch it behind, and then we're going to bring it back. And we're going to do this 5 times on each side. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Now we're going to do it on our left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, one more time, 5. Perfect. Now let's get our stance and stability again. Now we're going to go back up on our tippy toes. Go as far as you can without feeling unsteady. And the first thing I want you to do is I want you to take one hand off. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, please don't do this. Or if you feel more comfortable with it down here, that's fine too. Just pull one hand up. And then if you can, lift this hand. And if you can, lift it up here, which most people in the beginning stage would not be able to do this. So if you feel more comfortable here with one hand or both hands, that is perfectly fine too. And then just come down and relax. And do that one more time. Pull up your tippy toes. Make sure you still have that stable grip. And then one hand at a time. And then both hands if you can. Or both hands here. Just do whatever you feel the most comfortable with. This is the beginner stage. So if you don't even feel comfortable coming off of the chair, that's perfectly fine as well. Alright. Now we're going to challenge you a little bit. So I'm going to have you come back up on your tippy toes. But I'm going to have you turn your head one way or the other. We're going to go right first. Okay? This is going to throw off your proprioception a little bit. So if you definitely might not feel comfortable doing this or this, that's okay. But if you do feel comfortable, at least do one hand at least if you can. And let's just stick with one hand with the beginner, because I don't want you to take 2 hands and feel unsteady. And then we're going to come back down. Ooh, I'm getting a stretch in my calves. And we're going to come back up. Make sure you have your balance first. Then turn your head. And then take one hand off when you feel comfortable. And if you feel more comfortable here, that's okay, because a lot of people get a good balance if their hand is out versus out to the side versus out in front. That's fine. So come back down. Alright. Now that we've gone through all those now we've gone through all that, let's get you to another almost tricky thing. So I'm going to have you stand here, get your stance, stabilize yourself. That's always the most important thing before you go and do different exercises. So I want you to take your right foot and put your right toe and put it on your left ankle. Now this one's definitely challenging, so if you feel uncomfortable, don't do it. Even if you have to rest your right foot on the floor next to it, that's fine too. But let's try to put your right toe onto your left ankle. And we're going to hold it there for just a second. And then if you do feel comfortable, you can remove one hand. Okay, and then we're going to come over here. And then we're going to do the same thing on this. Your left toe onto your right ankle. We're going to hold it there. Okay, and we're going to do that 2 times. So let's repeat the right side. Now again, if you feel unsteady, please don't go this far. You can do it here if that makes you feel more comfortable. And then again. Okay. Now we're going to take our right foot and put it behind us. Now it's important, you want to get a good length between there, but you also want to keep your heel off the ground. So we're going to hold that for a few seconds. And then we're going to put the heel back down, and then we're going to bring it up. We're going to put the heel back down and bring it up. We're going to do that 3 times on each side. And up. Perfect. Then we're going to take our left foot. Make sure you're in your stance and you're holding on to the chair. Heel up. Hold that there for a second. And then pull it down and up. Now you are stretching muscles, so it's really important to breathe through this process. Okay, perfect. Now let's get back into our stance. Now we're going to stretch all of our back muscles. So we're going to bend forward and then pull it up. Make sure you got your stance. If you feel more comfortable here, that's fine. If you feel more comfortable here, that's fine as well. Bend it over. Okay, now that we've gotten through all of that, I'm going to move my chair out of the way. You can do this in a second. You can do this a second time during a different part of the day. That's perfectly okay. But we're first going to just start with forward lunges. So if you don't feel comfortable going this far out, here, let me do it this way. If you don't feel comfortable going this far out, that's perfectly fine. What I would recommend if you do this, please get a family member or a friend to stand by you and stabilize you. So, we're going to do this, and then we're going to come back to neutral. We're going to do this, and we're going to come back to neutral. Now I want you to hold it the second time a little bit longer, for about 5 seconds, and then come back to neutral. Here, and come back to neutral. Now you're either going to be really stable in the front or the side. So, we're going to get neutral again. Make sure somebody is stabilizing you. Or if you feel more comfortable being next to a wall, that's perfectly fine as well. So I want you to sidestep and sidestep. We're going to do this 3 times on each side. 2, 2, 3, and 3. All right, now we've gotten through those. Those are really your beginner. We will throw a little bit intermediate in there, and we'll do a crisscross. Now, if you definitely don't feel comfortable doing this, then you can surpass this step for now, but our goal is to get you at this step. Now, this is one of the harder ones. I want you to crisscross. And what that means is you your body's balanced, and you cross. Make sure you always, 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 I keep reiterating this, balance your body before you do anything. And criss, and you can put your hand on a wall, and that's fine. And cross. One more time, criss and cross. Now, some people might naturally want to go this way. It might be easier, you might want to try this, to criss and then cross. It's just really how you're more comfortable, how you feel balanced. But make sure you have somebody, again, holding you in your place, or you have a wall to support you. And that's it for the beginners balance exercises. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at drlaurensword@yahoo.com. Thanks. Have a great day.